That's right. That's right. It's your boy, Brother Black, one here with another strong video. Tonight, I want to discuss the power of memories in relationship. The power of memories in a relationship. Um, if you don't know who I am, I'm Brother Black One, and I'm a relationship coach or strategist. And I help people make strong, sound decisions as it pertains to mate selection. And I like to think of myself as a prep guy, somebody who gets you ready for the marketplace of relationships and helps you do the work, quote unquote, the work. That mother Yala Van Zant made famous. She said, "You got to do the work." Um, so without further ado, I just need you to do three things. I need you to rate, subscribe, share in the order, and help your brother get to 1,000 subscribers so he can get monetized. I didn't realize how this was a very humbling road, but just help your brother out. Um, Now back to the video. So memories when we're in a relationship where and things happen in relationship, what we have to understand is that we're creating memories every hour, minute, second, day, years go by, we create memories. The key is what kind of memories are you creating in your relationships? Are they good, bad, indifferent? What are they? And what I want to bring to your attention today is that when people get into um relationships, what they tend to not realize is that when events happen, whether good or bad, that creates an automatic memory. Now, the reason why I say memories can save your relationship is because if your memories in your relationship are good, when you first started dating and you were in a relationship and it was all new and you couldn't wait to see that person and you got butterflies in your stomach and all that good stuff. Well, those are what you call those good memories, but that's all based on that being in the middle in the beginning of a relationship where everything is fresh and new. But when you level out and the newness wears off and you're in that relationship, you need to pay particular attention to the quality of your relationship. That's why it's important to check in with your mate to see how you're doing, at least once a quarter, um, which is every 4 months, and just see, hey, what could I do better? Whatever, whatever. In other words, what I'm saying is be proactive when it comes to um your relationships. So um when you do that proactively, then things shouldn't be a surprise if something comes out the blue. It shouldn't blindside you, is what I'm saying. So the gist of memories, the power of memories in relationships is this. You need to pay particular attention to the climate of your relationships as it pertains to memories. Are you guys always arguing? Are you guys always fighting? Do you always want to get your way? It's either your way or the highway. Whichever way you want to look at that. That's particularly what happens in relationships. So the reason why I say you need to take inventory of the total quality of your relationship in its totality is because when you're in that relationship, and you're the selfish person. I know they usually call this person a narcissist or whatever you want to call them. When your relationship hits a snag and it's come to a standstill, what do you have to reach back to jumpstart your relationship again? This is when you have to do the checks and balances of a relationship and say, is it all good? Is it all bad? Is it a balance or whatever? But I'm gonna tell you something. When somebody wants out the relationship and somebody wants to, say, hey, I'm out, whatever, whatever. what do you have that you can pull? I repeat again, what do you have that you can pull back from to say, hey, remember, when we did this, remember when we did that, remember we did this. And if you're not a person that is taking um things for granted and saying, oh, they're not going nowhere. See, this is the setup. You've been getting by with this behavior. Well, you might know that you might not know. You're wrong. Your behavior is wrong. You've been doing what you want to do in a relationship. You don't care about the other person's feelings. You disregard. You just say, well, whatever. I'm just going to be a tyrant. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, you may get away with it for a season, but it's gonna come back up. It's gonna bite you in the butt when things get rough and that person is ready to roll out, ready to throw in the towel. Like I said, what do you have to pull on? What do you have to jog your memory with that you can jumpstart that relationship back in where you had so many memories that were good that the person says, you know what? Wow, let's get back to where we were. But if all you had is bad memories, what do you have to pull on? See, you can't, I heard some people say, like, okay, from here, let's start over. Dude, that's not going to keep work. That's not going to always work when you talking about let's start over from here. Because if you're starting over from where you're at, then what's your foundation? That's why I say the memories, you can go back and say, I remember when we did this and used to make me feel so warm when you did this and all this. And I'm gonna tell you something, when you know it's a glimmer of hope, when that person has a little smile on their face and they're going back because they're reaching back because they got something to recollect to memory, but if all you got to pull back and reach behind you is thorns instead of roses, you're gonna have a hard time trying to rejuvenate, restart, revive, whatever, resurrect it from the dead. You just can't pull stuff out the thin air and think that's gonna make it. It's not gonna work, you know. And then anything you do outside of it is it's a falsehood. It's fake. It's not even real. So my advice to you is you need to pay particular attention. You know, now listen, some people will give you the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, look, I didn't like when you did this. I didn't like you did that. I remember when we used to do so and so, blah, 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 blah. Don't shrug that off because that person is trying to give you uh uh um they're trying to give you a break or give you a reprieve and say, hey, I'm telling you, this is where it's going, and you need to tighten up. Now you can be a fool and play that game and say, oh, whatever, whatever, ignore them. I'm telling you, your account, your memory account is going to be in the negative. It's going to be so far in the negative that you're not going to be able to dig your way out. Because once that person is done or they're finished, that's it. Now, I'm not saying every day is going to be flowery beds of ease, but you better make sure that you even that joint out. I don't care if you got to do, man, you got to do some surprise stuff that she like that you ain't done in a long time. You better do something to resurrect that thing. Ladies, don't sit there and give them the side eye. Or if you're married, you got kids or whatever, and once the kids get there, he's a asterisk in your mind, and it's all about the kids and all that. I'm gonna tell you something. That's how a lot of these 20 and 30-year marriages, and even 40-year marriages. Man, I even heard a marriage of 50 years ending. Finito. Done. We're finished. Because you didn't took all your life, you put it in the kids. And what I'm saying is, when I talk about from that family aspect is when the kids, yes, they're here, they're a blessing and stuff like that. But if you plan to keep your husband, you better start doing some stuff that he done forgot that you gotta blow the dust off that outfit, that stuff that he liked, that he loved you do that. I'ma tell you, when you do that stuff with either man or woman, watch them perk up like just light up. I'm telling you. Don't wait to the end. See, you can't wait till you get to the fourth quarter and you down by 12 with 2 minutes left and you trying to pull off a miracle. Because emotionally, the buzzer may go off in your mate's head. And you just stand on the court looking like, why is everybody leaving? The game is over. You had all game to manage to go call a huddle, timeout, switch players in, do whatever you got to do so you can stay in the game to stay competitive. I'm telling you, memories can save your relationship. And like I said before, it's not always about, every day's not going to be ice cream, but at least it's got to be in there where you can at least, jog your memory and say, hey, I remember when. So in other words, what I'm saying is don't take your relationship for granted. All right. Don't do that because, you know, don't just sit there and lose your relationship, or more importantly, lose your marriage. And ultimately, when you lose your marriage, you lose your family. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Lady and gentlemen, it's not worth it because starting over, you too old to be starting over in your 40s and 50s. You're too old. So remember the power of memories can save your relationship. I'm Brother Blackwood, here with another strong video. Until next time, family. Peace.